think all of you here are messengers, right? So that's why we have forums like this, because the key to spreading out the message is through community, not only through health professionals. That if we all stand up and speak passionate about it from our own, whether you're a family member or friends, I think that's where the key is.
So there's this perception, I think, in a lot of Asian families that honor is very important. Like, if you do something that is going to bring shame on yourself, you are going to bring shame on your family too. And you're going to bring shame on your children, and you're going to bring shame on generations to come. You're airing out your dirty laundry, i.e. mental illness or mental health issue, and there's this pressure cooker when it comes to education. There's a lot of competition, there's a lot of fear over not succeeding, and that's a lot to handle when you're young. So I think that's a barrier too, is that, if you can't handle your own education, well, shame on you, that's a weakness. So people would rather, suffer in silence than talk about it, about how they're struggling to keep up with their school and stuff. So
everywhere I go, the first question I ask is, what is mental health, or what does mental health mean to you? I kid you not, 90% people tell me about mental illness. I said, I didn't ask you about mental illness, I asked you about mental health. So there is a big barrier for people who did not understand what is mental health, what is mental health issues, and what is mental illness. We didn't even have what the term for mental health or mental illness. I have to tell my clients, my clients' parents about their issues, and they're already upset, saying that, why are you telling me that my child having issues? They don't have issues. We don't have mental illness here, right? So it's a stigma, big stigma, and not understanding exactly what it is. Everybody should have mental health. That's a standard.
I know that medication isn't the only sort of route that might be useful for individuals, but I think that in general, one of the things that I've noticed is that in the Asian community, there's usually some sort of bias against taking medication wherever possible. So when I was smaller, for example, my dad used to take the antibiotic capsules. He used to break them open, and he only used to give us a third of it, because I think he was kind of worried that we'd get addicted to ampicillin or something like that. And I think there's always this idea that medication is bad, and especially for mental health, and if you guys could address some of that.
I think that it's deep-seated in the Chinese culture that medications is not that good for you. There's a Chinese saying, 藥有三分毒, which means that all the medicine contains also a bit of poison in it. There's all kinds of reasons why a person may skip a medication today. Because they have a little headache, because the sky is cloudy, because I woke up on the wrong side of bed, maybe I should skip it today. So there's all kinds of reasons. And then finally, it's because I'm taking 3 other medications, the 4th one must be bad. So sometimes you get through what the patient is talking about, but then the parents would say, be a strong son and try to skip the pill today. Be a strong daughter. Try to skip it today. Just try a little harder. And then finally, there's the Chinese pharmacist. And believe it or not, some of my Chinese patients or Asian patients, they go to the local Vietnamese Chinese pharmacy. And they would get from the pharmacist saying, you're such a young person, or you look like a strong person. Try to skip it if you can. And this is from the pharmacist. And so
it's very culturally believed.
It's like a culturally believed thing. So they get it from the parents, but they also get it from the local pharmacist. I want to have a word with the pharmacist, but but sometimes the pharmacist is the person who is the final person saying, you're taking this, and the person would be shaking their head. I can't believe you're so young, you're taking this.